Hello everybody again. Today our group 4 will present to you managing in global environment. And so we should let's start with what is your global perspective? Parochialism. Viewing the world through your own perspective and leading to an ability to recognize differences between people. People with a parochial attitude do not recognize that others have different way of living and working. They ignore other value and custom and rigidly apply an attitude of ours is better than yours to parent culture. This type of narrow and restrict attitude is one approach that manager might take, but in fact there are three possible global attitudes, and we should take a look at them closer. First, ethnocentric attitude is the parochial belief that best work, approach, and practice are those of the home country. For example, a manager with a ethnocentric attitude believe that the people in foreign country don't have the needed skill, expertise, knowledge, or experience to make decisions as well as people in home country do. They don't just parent employee with key decision or technology. Next one is polycentric attitude is the view that employee in the host country, which can be known as the foreign country, know the best work, approaches, and practice for running their business. Manager with that kind of attitude view every foreign operations as different and hard to understand. Third, they're likely to let employees in those locations figure out how best to do things. And the final type of global attitude manager might have a geocentric attitude, a world-oriented view that focus on using the best approaches and people from around the globe. Manager with this type of attitude has a global view and look for the best approaches and people regardless of origin. And so let's move to understanding the global environment changing analysis. European Union, as you can know as EU, a union of 28 democratic European nations, create as a unified economic and trade entity with the euro as a single common currency for them. Next is North American Free Trade Agreement, an agreement among the Mexican, Canadian, and U.S. government in which certain barriers to trade has been eliminated. And next is Association of the Southeast Asian nation, as can be known as ASEAN, a trading alliance of 10 Southeast Asian nations. And so let's move on to global trade merchandise. World Trade Organization, a global organization of 153 countries that deal with the rules of trade among nations, or International Monetary Fund, an organization of 158 countries that promote international monetary corporations and provide advice, loans, and technical assistance. And next is World Bank Group. A group of 5 closely associated institutions that provide financial and technical assistance to developing countries. And last but not least, organization and economic cooperation and development, an international economic organization that helps its 30 member countries achieve sustainable economic growth and employment.
So now, let's move on to how organizations go global. There's so many ways that an organization can go global. First, it is global sourcing. It is a kind of purchasing materials or labor from around the world, wherever it is cheapest. Second is exporting. It is making products domestically and selling them abroad. The third is importing. It is acquiring products that are made abroad and selling them domestically. The fourth is licensing. An organization can give another organization the right to make or sell its products using its technology or product specification. The fifth is franchising. An organization can give another organization the right to use its name or operating method. Sixth is strategic alliance. It is a partnership between an organization and one or more foreign companies partners, in which both share resources and knowledge in developing new products and building production facilities. The seventh is joint venture. It is a specific type of strategic alliance in which the partners agree to form a separate, independent organization for some business purpose. The last way of a business to go global is foreign subsidiary. A company can directly invest in a foreign country by setting up a separate and independent production facility or office. As you will see on the slide, it is a degree of popularity of each kind of global investment. As you will see, the lowest is global sourcing, which means that it is the most minimal, and the higher, the more significant. Respectively, exporting and importing, licensing, franchising, strategic alliance, joint venture, and the most significant is the foreign subsidiary.
Hello, as you already know that managing in a global environment have to face many issues, and the political and legal environment are one of those issues. What is political and legal environment be like? It's like managers in one specific country need to be accustomed to a stable and legal political of that country. So they must have to stay informed to the specific law and the political environment of that country, such as in the US back then when Trump and Hillary Clinton was voted to be the candidate to the president of the United States. Many business units turn out to support Hillary Clinton, and the others support Donald Trump. It's like that, and later on, those who supported Hillary Clinton did not perform well in their profit. So their country, their rules. The economic environment of the global and in managing in global environment are basically there are two economy, like free market economy. It's like an autonomy, like that business unit control their own business, and planned economy, like an economic where The stakeholder is the government. The government hold a major in the stakeholder. But uh, there are no free market economy or planned economy business unit because it's just in the middle of it. Vietnam is a planned economy. One more element of managing in the global environment, is the cultural environment. It's talk about the national cultures. It's like when you do a business in another country, when the geographical barriers are erased, you have to know and respect that nation cultures so that you can achieve higher goals in your business. In the business communication subject, we have studied the hostess framework for accessing cultures. It is one of the tools to help business to get used to other country cultures. Exhibit 414 talk about what Americans like. You can just read it. And this is 5 dimensions of national culture of Hofstede. So in global management in today's world, you know that when you do a business globally, that you have to face many issues, as I talked before, like because globally means erase the geographical barrier. So you come into a new area with your old cultures, and that is not okay because if you bring fast, like McDonald's, if you bring fast food to Vietnam where its culture is based on fast food, so it's not doing good, right? So the global leadership and organizational behavior effectiveness, let's just call it GLOBE, is a program that Hofstede created by investigating cross-cultural leaderships, behaviors, and giving managers additional information to help them with their business. The challenge of openness. Openness is literally mean it can be related to global because you doing business globally means you have to open to the whole world. So it's like you open to the bad and the good also. So as we saw over the last couple of years, like the economic interdependence of trading countries are quite resilient these years, so it's not much to talk about. So thank you.
Case Application 1. Dirty Little Secret. Question 1. What's your reaction to this event? Are you surprised that bribery is illegal? Why do you think bribery takes place? Why do you think it needs to be outlawed? My answer is, I was not surprised to hear that bribery still plays a role in companies today, because this issue happens a lot in Vietnam, that you can search on many websites on internet. However, I is surprised that under 39 countries worldwide have signed up for the OECD Anti-Bribery Convention to ban it. The problem is still continuing. I'm not surprised that bribery is illegal because it is dishonest and it gives large companies an unfair advantage over others. However, companies still participate in bribery because it can be a very direct and successful way to get profits up quickly and have the company grow. So I think it needs to be outlawed because it corrupts people and builds a very distrustful and unhealthy work environment that decreases competition between the companies. Question number 2. According to my research, about 44 countries have signed an act allowing bribery in their countries. While this list includes a lot of big countries, there are clearly a lot of countries who have not outlawed bribery, including Vietnam. Question number 3. Failure to understand the legal constraint on doing business overseas has hurt seamen's international reputation and may continue to hurt their efforts to expand into other countries. The legal environment is especially important in an international context when companies must not only abide by local laws but the laws of the host country as well. Question number 4. What might Siemens managers have done differently? I think the managers of Siemens should have been aware of the OECD guidelines. Question number 5. Find at least 3 other examples and describe those. So you can find examples from the OECD website in their annual reports or simply just doing a research on the internet. Case application to global slumber. Question 1. What obvious cultural differences between Nomura and Lemon do you see in this situation? The differences are work environment cultures, tension over executive compensation, how quickly decisions were made, treatment of women in the workplace. The process for getting approval on deals was slower and more difficult than before. Men and women were separated during training. Strict dress code, especially for women. Previously, clients were categorized according to the fees that after Nomura took over, more emphasis on the other factors like length of relationship. Question number 2. What global attitude do you think characterized Nomura? Be specific in your description. Do you see evidence of that changing? Firstly, Nomura adopted the ethnocentric attitude. They believe their own people are the best choice to run foreign operations and that the practice of the Tokyo HQ should be adopted at their overseas office. Next, moving towards a geocentric attitude, Nomura started promoting a mixture of nationalities from Europe and Asia to their high-ranking positions, and so transferred 2 of the Japanese head of divisions to London and New York. Question number 3. Do some cultural research on Japan and the US. So here are the comparison between Japan and the US. Speed versus consistency, growth versus responsibilities, risk taker versus risk of adverse cultures, heterogeneous versus homogeneous cultures. Question number 4. What could Nomura managers do to support, promote, and encourage cultural awareness among employees? I think it is need to move towards a geocentric attitude that requires eliminating and developing an understanding of cross-cultural differences. Nomura is trying to apply this attitude and is in the progress of moving towards being geocentric for a better working environment for its staff and for the business.